It's the podcast built to last. The podcast, we're having a blast. It's the podcast, we're back for more. The podcast, where we settle the score. Season 3 is now upon us. Forget the others, get on our bus. Week to week, there could be discussed. Hoping our squads are not a bust. The rhythm, the rhyme are here each week, bringing you the news along with a beat. We don't like dreaming about getting paid. We focus on the podcast and the rhymes we made. The episodes are tests to see if we got pull. Stating facts, bringing a mouthful. A shout out to Eric B for keeping us fresh in what separates us from the rest. Now it's time to make our impression felt. Sit back, relax, strap on your seatbelt. You never been on a ride like this before. With the captain the deal, picking the scores. We start to think, and then we sink into the paper like we were ink. Writing lyrics, his and mine. The product is in our rhyme. We know very well who we are. Can't hold us down, reaching for the stars. We have a goal, stay out of the way. Be gold in the booth are now in play. It's the podcast, built to last. The podcast, we're having a blast. It's a podcast, we're back for more. The podcast, where we settle the score. It's the podcast, built to last. The podcast, we're having a blast. It's a podcast, we're back for more. The podcast, where we settle the score. One more verse to go. On and on with the show, the real deal. We'll challenge the flow while we gold is bringing the know. Captain Booth is always on point. His jams will rock this joint. His creativity is second to none. The style, the flair, he's having some fun. Then there's the gun behind the scenes, doing the edits, keeping it clean. This team, they won't be beat, bringing the fun facts to the street. Poems and briefings on any week. Another way to bring the speak. Vikings and Hawks are who we like. At the end of each show, we drop the mic. The podcast, built to last. The podcast, we're having a blast. It's a podcast, we're back for more. The podcast, where we settle the score. It's the podcast, built to last. The podcast, we're having a blast. It's a podcast, we're back for more. The podcast, where we settle the score. Be gold, I'm out.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Damen und Herren, it's time for the podcast featuring Captain Vuk and Billy Gold, aka The Real Deal. This is the only place that's talking Hawks and Kings, but to be specific, we're talking Seattle Seahawks and Minnesota Vikings. So strap up. We're taking you on a fantastic voyage, unlike any you've ever been on, so sit back and get ready to set sail to the emerald-rich lands of the Seattle Seahawks and the treasure-filled valleys of the Minnesota Vikings with your hosts, Captain Vuk and Billy Gold, aka The Real Deal. Let's get it.
12s. All right. It's okay.
It's all good.
And the Scolders, it wasn't much. We'll take it.
Like we said last week.
Welcome to episode 7. We're in season 3 of the Captain and the Real Deal podcast. I'm Billy Gold, along with Captain Vuk and Top Gun, our engineer. Another great episode today. Sit back. Get your solo cup. You know I like the yellow. Sit on back. And get ready as we cruise on another fantastic voyage. As Lakeside would like me to properly announce, Cap, you ready to roll?
Captain.
What's happening, brother? You know I'm ready to roll. Listen, Emerald Nation. Everybody check it out. Yeah, the Seahawks lost, and we're 3-2. But guess what? The 49ers played Cleveland, and they lost too. So we are good. We got work to do, but we are good. B Gold, I have a question for you. Are you ready to get this thing started or what?
I am, and you know what?
Let's go.
The Vikings are going to have a lot of Seahawk fans this week.
1,000%.
When we
Already
talk about the matchups later.
1,000%.
So let's get right to it. Start today with a recap of what our teams did during week 6. Vikings recap. Let's get that. Yeah, there it is.
Let's go. Game time.
All right, Vikings got on the board first in this one. 53-yard field goal from Greg, the new leg, Joseph, midway through the first quarter to make it score 3-0. The Bears, they even things at 3-3 early in the second quarter. So, not a lot of action, but 3-3 as we're early in the second quarter. And the Vikings then set themselves up for another long field goal from Greg, the leg, Joseph. And the 51-yarder this time. So 2 50-plus yard field goals. 6-3 Vikings. We're midway through the second quarter. Chicago, they respond and they tie it up with their own long field goal. I believe it was 52. 6-6. Here we go. Minnesota's offense had another awful turnover near the end of the first half as Cousins was hit as he threw and he was intercepted. But a few plays later, the Vikings got their own turnover, 1 of 3 on the day, an interception by Jordan Hicks. It was the Vikings' second interception of the season. That's not all that good, but let's add to that total. The Vikings, they turned that turnover into a touchdown as Cousins found rookie wide receiver Jordan Addison.
Yes, sir.
In the back of the end zone for a 10-yard touchdown out of USC. He was supposed to step up there in JJ. A couple peaks of it today, but he's got some work to do.
He's figuring it out. Getting into the house is a big deal.
Exactly. Of course, Greg the Leg Joseph misses the extra point. Actually, he didn't miss. It was blocked. It wasn't on him. They didn't have the right side of the line blocked, and they got in and blocked it, so I can't blame him. He's hitting the big field goals. Good start to the season. Vikings go into the halftime leading 12-6. Second half, the Vikings defense stood up and took matters into their own hands at the expense of the Bears' rookie quarterback, Tyson Bagant, who came into the game after Justin Fields was injured on a sack by Danielle Hunter, who, by the way, I'll talk about later. It might be a fun fact somewhere. I got something to say about Danielle Hunter.
I want to hear about it.
All right. He was Baggett was strip sacked by Josh Metellus with Jordan Hicks. Yeah, I'm okay. Jordan Hicks recovering the loose. I'm so excited about it.
Hey, why wouldn't you
Recording the fumble and rumbling 42 yards to give the Vikings a 19-6 lead midway through the third quarter. The Bears responded. Marched 77 yards down the field, finished the drive up with a 1-yard QB sneak to make it 19-13 with just under 8 minutes left in the contest. The Vikings offense, they responded with a 3-and-out. What the heck is that? 3-and-out. The offense was awful in the second half.
I can't stand them.
Unbelievable. The Bears got a drive going. They're moving the ball. But Fortunately, a deep pass was intercepted by Byron Murphy,
Yes, it
our,
was.
our number one cornerback,
That was big time.
to end the threat.
That was
After
big
that, the Vikings, they got a first down to run out the clock and escape Soldier Field with an ugly but needed victory. Got some final thoughts? Thanks to a defense that generated 3 turnovers, 2 of which led directly to touchdowns, the Vikings held on for this victory. The Vikings had more punts than third down conversions. Not a good stat.
No, but punts can be a weapon if you don't blow it.
If you got Mighty Ryan Wright from the Mighty Heroes on your side, yes.
Exactly.
But this can't continue to happen. Turnovers, they continue to be a problem, but at least we are now creating them. Injuries continue to mount. Marcus Davenport didn't play the first couple games. Now he's got a high ankle sprain during this game. He got hurt.
Oh, boy.
They just put him on the IR today. Ezra Cleveland, our left guard, left with a foot injury. The good thing about this is finally Dalton Reisner got into the game.
Oh, good. What'd he do?
And he was beating people up.
he was hungry.
He was staying after the play, just pushing people around.
Unleash that dog.
He looked like a bully.
Good.
Which is good.
You need that.
Got some game balls before we pass it on to the Seahawks recap. And we just, bring that curtain down a little bit. But let's get to the game balls.
Slowly drop the curtain for my man.
Linebacker Jordan Hicks. 5 tackles, an interception, and a 42-yard fumble recovery for a TD. How about that?
How about them Vikings?
All right. Let's give one to defensive coordinator Brian Flores. This guy can coach. He's really made a difference with his schemes and pressure. Coach Flores, this game ball is for you. And finally, Danielle Hunter. 6 tackles, 2 sacks. And here's what I was going with the stat. Currently, the NFL, and let's say it again, the NFL sack leader with 8 sacks. All right, Cap, that's a Vikings recap.
That's a good one.
Let's get on to the Seahawks recap.
All right, well, here we go. It was one of those situations where you're playing a team that just got hot last week. Are they going to stay hot, and can we match it? Let's find out. Cincinnati Bengals are at home. Seahawks invade the jungle, be gold. We lose the toss. They win it. They defer. Not uncommon. We get the rock. It's all good. Offense comes out. We rock out an 11-play, 75-yard drive right out the gate, ending with a 1-yard run by my man Kenneth Walker. Jason Myers knocks out the PAT. Hawks are up 7-0. It looks really, really good, and I'm feeling really, really good, B-Gold. So let's see what the defense does. Cincinnati gets the rock back. Tyler Boyd ends the drive, B-Gold, with an 8-yard touchdown pass from your boy Joe Cool Burrow. It's a 13-play, 69-yard drive. They don't get stopped. So I'm like, oh, my goodness, where's the D at? So we were like, all right, we get the rock back. We run 3 hard plays, B-Gold, and we're out of there. Off the field punt. So now I'm heated.
Oh, wait. What does 3 hard plays mean? What does that mean? Explain it to the audience.
That means they ran 3 plays and didn't execute them correctly, but tried.
Oh, is that 3 plays that you didn't like, or 3 plays they didn't execute?
Couldn't pick up 10 yards.
Okay.
So I didn't like them because they didn't execute.
All right.
So I was like, all right, fine. We get the rock back to these Bengals at home. They're like, you know what? We're going to rock out a 7-play drive, 73 yards, eat up 3 minutes and some change, and end it with an Anjay Isivas 3-yard pass. He's a rookie from Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow was so happy once the refs confirmed that he made a touchdown. He runs and grabs the ball and gives it to the rookie, who was overcome with joy. So now here we are down 14-7. Okay, what's next? Offense gets the rock. We push out a 9-play, 42-yard drive, and your guy, I should say the real deal's guy, bangs out a 55-yard kick. to get us into halftime. So
Is that Myers?
It's 10-14. Yeah, Jason Myers.
So for your information, he just got cut in our fantasy football league. You might want to get on the waiver wire and get him.
I may get him because his offense is putting up a lot of points.
So, by the way,
except for that game.
Hey, Top Gun, you can't. You got the best waiver wire pickup. So I think I'm ahead of both of you guys.
Top Gun, trust me. Consult with me before you make any moves. Brother.
I'm gonna pick up Myers and I'm gonna offer him the cap for something. So because I'm ahead of you.
Yeah, well, my squad is hanging tough right now. So anyway, we're going to halftime down 14-10. We get back out third quarter. There's only one score. It's the Seahawks on an 8-play drive. Jason Myers, 23-yard field goal gets us within 1 point. B goal, 13-14. This is how the game ends as far as points go. With 11 minutes and 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter, there's a 52-yard field goal by Evan McPherson for the Bengals, and it takes them over the top. 17-13. That would be your final score, but I want to let you know a little something. There's a young man.
Oh, there's a lot of something.
There's a
Go
young
ahead.
man named Jamal Adams who, with 11 minutes and 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter, on a 3rd and 12, comes up and rocks Travion Williams, their running back, for a loss. And I'm making a point.
Is he wearing number 33?
I'm making a point. Of course he is.
Oh, so was that the ankle tackle?
And I'm making a point that it's the fourth quarter. Jamal Adams is still in the game. And ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't watch the game, he finished the game. All right. They talked about my guy, what's his return on the investment. It's
first
been a long
game.
process.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to call him. He's the bionic man right now. For you
there's a
youngsters
return on the
who don't
investment
know
right
who
there. He
Steve
finished the
Austin
game. This is great.
He's the modern day Steve Austin right there.
Steve
So let me
Austin
run
plays
through
every
some
week.
numbers. Let me run through some
Steve
numbers.
Austin
That was week
delivers.
one.
No, come
This is
on.
his second week, though, but he finished the game.
What do you mean?
Hats off to you, Jamal, for finishing the game, my man. Let's build on it. Some quick stats.
What about Witherboom? What did he do this week?
I'm going to let you know.
All right, because I saw the stats. He didn't do nothing.
Yeah, you didn't check
Nothing.
the stats. Okay.
But he had 4 tackles.
Hey, T-Gun, when you hear the stats, it's going to be respect.
He had 4 tackles.
So check it out. Passing yards. Geno Smith had 27 for 41, 323 yards, 2 picks. Those were a problem. One of them was a real problem. I don't know why he threw that rock. The other one looked like DK didn't push his route to the inside, but it is what
Who
it is.
didn't?
DK Metcalf.
DK, okay, all right.
Yeah. Joe Burrow was 24 for 35, a buck and 85 yards to be goal, 2 TDs and 1 pick.
What does that mean?
All right, I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Kay Walker, 19 carries, 62 yards, 1 tuggy. Jay Mixon, 12 carries, 38 yards. T. Lockett had 8 receptions for 94 yards. And Jamar Chase, 6 receptions for 80 yards. Now, on the Jamar Chase front, if you don't know, right before the game, during the press conferences, during the week building up to it, DK Metcalf basically said that, his rookie, Devon Witherspoon, was going to handle Jamar. Yeah, Jamar's a seasoned veteran, polished receiver, legitimate deep threat. He can hit you from anywhere. Yep. And so it turned out there was a little extra attention on this relationship. And Devon was like, yo, I ain't say nothing, but I'm coming to play ball because that's what I do.
Okay.
So I'm going to take you back a week to Detroit just so you have a little bit of a reference point.
So you're trying to go back to fantasy points for this?
No.
Okay.
He played against Amon-Ra St. Brown for the Detroit Lions.
Who was hurt? He was hurt.
Okay, he wasn't hurt in that game.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
He probably got hurt.
No, he
playing
was
against
questionable
us.
going into
He
the
had
week.
1 reception allowed in that game.
He was
and
questionable
eight
going into
total
the week.
yards.
Questionable.
8 total yards, ladies and gentlemen.
Open item. Open item. Open item. Flag. Let me get that red flag. Open item.
This is the same team. Adam Thielen, 1 reception allowed, 15 yards total.
He's 33
Oh my
years
God,
old.
a rookie. He's a rookie.
Might as well be
All
covering
right, so
me.
he lit them cats up. These stats came from Pro Football Focus and the Seahawks coveted website because it's a lot of good information on that website.
Is that the Love Zone website?
Yo, if you're a Seahawks fan, it sure is. So let me just break this down real quick. He also had 7 passes defensed.
Who are we talking about?
Talking about Devin Witherspoon.
Whether-
the 2 sacks and the pick 6.
Whether too
got
soon?
in the NFC Defensive Player of
Whether
the
we
week.
think he's
of the
good
week.
too soon? Is that what we're talking about?
I'm just letting you know. And
4 tackles. That's all he had.
Listen, I hope you guys don't have to deal with him this year. All right. Okay. So listen, following the record game, which is a quote out of this article, Jamar Chase was held to 6 catches, as I mentioned earlier, on 13 attempts.
Yep.
All right. 80 yards, 0 scores.
Okay.
Now,
80 yards. So wait. In fantasy football, that's a respectable 14 points for the week.
That's 8 points.
No, it's 6 catches, 80 yards. That's 14 points in fantasy
He
football.
ain't doing nothing.
That's 14 points.
ain't competing with the
You
big
wish
dogs
you
that
had a
week.
wide receiver that had 14 points every
He
week.
ain't competing with the big dogs.
I'm just telling you.
Let me just
14
close this
points
out.
is above average in
All right,
fantasy football.
Let me just close this out. Against the Bengals, our guy, Devin Witherspoon, the rookie, had 14 yards given up against him. Two
wait.
forced incompletions.
Okay.
And he had a 64.6 passer rating.
What is this, made up stats? Where are we getting this stuff?
Made up stats.
Yeah.
That means if you throw the ball near, you're probably not going to complete it. And if you do catch it, you're going to get knocked into another level.
Okay.
We talked about multiverse. He's put people in the multiverse.
You
in
got a
his first
Bam
year.
Bam moment for him this week, knocked into another level?
I don't have a Bam Bam moment for him because the announcers didn't show the Bam Bam moments enough. I had one from Reek Woolen, though, was legit. And I had one for my guy, Jamal Adams. But it's all good.
I'm sorry he's withered,
all good.
withered
So, listen.
too soon. That's okay.
Seahawks lose.
Yeah.
It happens.
Oh, no. We're not getting out of this game.
Oh, let's keep going.
Yeah,
Let's
let's get
stay
out of
in
it.
it. Let's stay in it. Let's go.
Yeah, we got to get on.
Let's go.
Why are we staying away from Geno Precious Wilson?
We ain't staying away from Geno. I told you his stat line. I gave up his picks, too.
Yeah, but you didn't talk about the 2 or 3 drives at the end of the game where he was within the 10-yard line.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, he was within the 10-yard line, and he couldn't finish. Wait,
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, you pay him all that money.
Yes, we do.
You're telling me he's a
Yes,
top
we do.
10 quarterback.
He is.
That's
There's
what
no
you're telling me.
question about it.
No question
Yeah.
about it. Top 10 quarterbacks
He
finish
is.
those games.
They usually
You
do.
do not.
So
you,
let's
by
talk
the way,
about
well,
it.
no, let
Let's
me,
talk
let me,
about it.
yeah, we will, but let me get my points out
Finish
there.
up, brother.
First of all, you threw an awful interception. Awful.
He did.
And by the way,
And I admitted
stop
that.
blaming your offensive line because you know after 3 or 4 seconds, which by the way they gave you, throw the ball away. And on
Valid.
2 different
Valid.
drives, he did not. On one try, he tried to do the Russell Wilson spin move and got drilled.
He did.
So
He did.
how are you going to protect Geno Precious Wilson Smith or Wilson Smith, whatever you want to call him?
It ain't
How
about-
are you going to
it ain't
protect?
about
Let's just call him
protecting him.
Precious.
Let's
How
talk
you
about- let's
protect
talk
him,
about it.
Precious?
Let's talk about it.
The
First
double
of all,
P. Precious.
We were
Precious.
in the red zone either 4 or 5 times, and we came out with 0 points.
Correct.
So that's clearly a ton of that weight goes on the QB. That's Geno Smith.
Yeah, nobody made a ton of it.
So we
Who else is it
recognizing
going?
that.
Who else is
Well,
going?
listen, you can't. You got to have some
Throw the
time.
ball away.
Agreed.
Is it bad
his
coaching? Is Pete
decision-making.
Carroll not the man?
It's decision making in the moment.
Okay, who's the decision maker?
You got to throw the rock away.
All right, there
Now-
you go.
Now it helps when you. Can,
Wait. Can we just say it again? What do you got to do?
You already heard me, brother.
No,
Don't
no,
need to
no. I
repeat
want
that.
to make sure we get it
does help
clarified.
If your O line can help you get
The
some
offensive
time.
line played great.
Okay, they did the
They
best
played
they
great.
could.
No,
but we
they
still
played
had
great.
a bunch of backups
No,
in there, man.
but they played great.
They got exposed.
They were
Hendrickson and that other dude. For
You know
the
what? Check the
Bengals
stats. They
are
were
ballers.
they were the 12th best offensive line this week. I did the research.
Geno got to get
12th.
rid of the rock.
Thank
then.
you.
Even
Thank
better.
you. Even better.
Yeah, it's about you got to be accountable, man.
But
and
wait,
he-
this guy
he
makes a
messed
lot
up.
of money. You said he was
course
the
he
guy.
does.
Is he the
does
guy?
make a lot of money.
You going to sit with him for 5 years?
Why are you going to the 5-year thing
You're
again?
gonna sit with him for 5 years? No, I'm saying you sit
sign
with him
him
for
for
5
a
years.
contract
You gotta-
2,
no.
maybe 3. That's what I said.
All right. Okay.
This is year 1.
You sick of him for all 3?
If he's balling,
No. Well, is he
why
balling?
wouldn't
But
you?
is he balling?
He's not hurting us.
Is he balling? No. You said if he's balling.
He's does
but is he
better
balling?
more often than he does bad.
So you got a top
All right?
5. You got a top 5 pick this year.
If we got a defense ascending. No,
if you got a top
pick.
5. No, if you have a top 5 pick this year, are you taking a
Oh,
quarterback to
if
replace
it's me,
him?
I'm taking a QB.
Yeah. Okay. Thank
I'm
you.
taking the dude from
Thank
Washington.
you, Geno.
I'm
Did you
taking the
hear
dude
that,
from the University
Geno?
of Washington, Penix.
Mr. Smith.
I want you to wear the green
Precious
and blue,
Smith,
bro.
did you hear that? We're going to get a quarterback to replace you because you're not holding the line.
He's
Thank
not
you.
in the management room.
We,
for
the
Hawks.
French team. Yes.
No, man. But I hear what you're saying, and Geno's got to play better. He owned that. He admitted it.
Well,
And we
no,
need
did
And
he
we-
admit it?
And we need it. Yeah, he admitted it. He put even the thing when DK ran the wrong route, which is what I believe.
Oh, wait.
He
yeah.
said that was on him, too.
I played okay. DK ran the wrong route.
He didn't
Now
say-
is that
no,
taking
no.
ownership?
You're not hearing me. I said he's taking blame for the pick, even though we know or believe DK ran the wrong
Well,
route.
when you
He's
say
saying
we.
that's on him.
Or no, who knows and we who believes?
Geno is saying that's on him.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
you got inside information that
I
DK
heard him
ran
say it. No, I don't. I said that's what we believe. Oh,
Well,
other
who's we
announcers-
that believes?
Other announcers that call the game, broadcasters, and myself.
So now we're depending on broadcasters. This is
I'm just
awful.
telling you,
I'll
man.
talk about
I play receiver.
I'll talk
and
about
I know-
broadcasters later.
I know what it looks like when you run the wrong route and your
Okay.
QB is like, dude, where were you? I understand that. So.
Or are you saying, "Oh my God," and you're throwing the ball?
No, what he should do though.
No,
to be
what I'm
honest
saying
with
is,
you,
do we have that clip?
Which one?
The one where the guy from the Rams almost he was panicked out of his life and he threw it because he.
Oh gosh.
Is that what he did again?
No.
No,
not
you
at
sure?
all. He just didn't do it right.
Well, come on now. You
what
can't
should
have
happen though? Because I mean, this is what I think should happen, and I'll talk about this as we talk about heading up against the Cardinals. DK Metcalf is one of the most physical receivers in the league, and I don't think Geno gives him
But are the
nearly enough 50-50 chances to try to make a play.
because he doesn't trust his receivers. He doesn't throw the ball.
He does trust them. He's got so many that are good. He doesn't know how to when to focus on them. That's where the
I will say,
coordinator comes in.
one guy was
Shane
very-
Walter. That's where you got to come in, brother.
Yeah, one guy was very impressive. By the way, one guy was
Who's
very
the one
impressive
guy?
was Bobo. He made a catch, and that should have been your Bam Bam moment.
That's my
Not
guy.
some guy
He took
ankle
a Bam
tackling.
Bam. He took a Bam
No,
Bam.
he gave it back.
He got up smiling. That's my guy.
That's what I'm saying.
I got
That's-
some love for Jake
Exactly.
Bobo coming up. That's my
Exactly.
dude.
What I will say is that,
We got to get better on third down, though. I'm still not very happy with the third down production, man.
yeah, well, no,
Seriously.
us neither. So, let's
not good enough.
It's not good for either team. So, next week, we'll talk about the next week's opponent. But did they just get, is that a new franchise to the NFL? Did they come from like the XFL or the USFL?
Who are you talking about?
The Cardinals. I mean, who's their roster? Are they go like a replacement players?
I hope you guys play them. Do you guys play them this year? Why do you guys play Frisco, but you don't play the Niners?
Because we play the cream of the crop. We don't play the bottom of the. We don't play the bottom of the barrel.
Sure. Oh gosh.
We don't. The scheduling gods don't give us easy schedules, so the podcast works in your favor.
That's too.
Come
funny.
on now.
Okay. Okay.
All right, we done?
Yeah, we're done. That was good. That was good.
All right, Mike, am I doing better this week?
Yo, they didn't feel like he had enough fire in his flamethrower last week coming across the table at your boy. So he loaded it up.
And
we
we
talked to some military veterans. He's like, how can I amp this up? They're like, yo, son, let me show you.
We apologize for the soft cover last week.
That's too funny.
All right, let's get on to this. It's not a new segment anymore, but it's the segment of By the Numbers, number 29. So,
Deuce 9.
here's what I'm gonna tell you about number 29. I actually handed our newest Viking fan this season a number 29 jersey last year to wear on the show. I gave him a Chester Taylor jersey. That's Top Gun, and that's what's the initial phase. Not that it was Chester Taylor. That he already loved the colors and just kind of said, "All right, I might have to pick a better play, but I'm in. I'm picking my team. I'm not going to go with my hometown team. I'm a Vikings fan."
Top Gun, it ain't too
So
late, man. It's not too late to ride with the Emerald Nation, bro.
You know what?
The door's open for you. Let me know how you want to get in. Ship, boat, car, scooter,
all right, that's
bicycle.
great.
I got you.
Here's how we can solidify this.
Let's do it.
So how we can solidify this is Cap,
Here comes one of them deals. I'm not going to take this one.
The Real Deal, and Top Gun need to go to Manny's in Minnesota
I'm down
and then
for that.
go to a game and then see if what he's heard and seen on the show transpires into him signing a long-term contract to
the
remain
Vikings?
a Minnesota Vikings fan.
Scolger?
And we're taking, it's not 2, 3, 5. It's a 10-year contract for Top Gun to be all in. And now if he wants to just check the waiver wire and see if he wants to be a Seahawks fan for, a hot moment, he's got to realize that Geno Smith isn't making the right decisions right now. So let's get that on the schedule. Doesn't have to be this year. I know, Cap, you're itching to get
Can
me.
I get at you?
Yeah, you can. Go ahead.
So first of all, if it's not even going to be fair unless he gets a chance to experience what we experienced. And I noticed that you waited until after we smacked the snot out of the New York Giants to bring that deal up. Because I could have took Top Gun to the game and he could have saw what it's like to not only see what the Hawks do, but hear your opponents and watching them go off the field in confused situational states of mind.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you ride with us, baby. It's on and popping, Top Gun.
Let's call it a lesson learned. I seized on the opportunity, and you did not.
That's the truth.
Is that fair?
That's fair.
You could have took him. You
It's
could have
true.
took me.
It's true.
But you know what I said?
I did offer it to you, though, Top Gun.
No, you offered to both of us.
There's no taking you.
I'm not sitting in.
blood, if you were cut right now, you would bleed purple.
No,
right now.
I'm saying I'll go to the game, but I'm not sitting in the cheap seats.
No. We didn't say anything about that, did we?
Yeah,
we just talked about the exposure.
New York is nuts. New York is nuts.
They can show you some love if we get back to
Yeah,
Emerald
you know what?
City.
You could be in the parking lot and they charge you $400.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah, they'll charge you before you, and it'll be somebody that don't even have nothing to do with that lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to make money.
Exactly. Right, exactly.
You'll be looking for him after the game. It's like, where's my car?
And
where's that guy?
no, I got no car. Ain't real chicken.
Exactly.
All right, so we're on the new. Well, it's not a new segment, but the By the Number segment with number 29. I'm gonna rattle this off pretty quick. There's a bunch of no names on here. I'm gonna go Randy Poltile, Phil Wise, John Swain, Jamie Fitzgerald, John Fullington, Charles Evans, a little fullback there for about 5 years, did all right. Chris Rogers, nobody. I can't even know this guy's name. I'm gonna look him up. This is an open item. Was Savo Surwanga. 2001, 2001, whatever. He wasn't
coffee.
there. Brian Williams did good. Chester Taylor, number 29, I gave to Top Gun. Lito Shepherd, Chris Boyd, had a lot of potential, never fulfilled it. Theo Jackson, wide receiver this year. I left 2 names off. The first one I left off was cornerback Xavier Rhodes.
Yes, you did. That was his number. I know he's a fan favorite of yours, right?
No. No. Oh,
go back if you don't know. Get some of the rants that B Gold spun on that
he's
guy.
He's out of the lineup all the time with a cramp or a fingernail, or he's got his eyebrows need to be matched up. Well, he's always got a problem.
What?
But for a few years, he was considered one of the best cornerbacks in the National Football League. They actually named him Rhodes Closed. But you know what? It was a couple years and the roads were wide open. I could have drove an electric vehicle with electric vehicle. I'm not going to go there. Electric vehicle through there. A mini electric vehicle through there. And I could have drove a tractor through there. He wasn't covering anybody.
It was open roads.
Open roads. Yeah, there you go. Even better way to say open roads. I'm like, cut all that stuff. See, it was open roads. Anyway, the honor goes to somebody who I didn't talk about.
Let's hear it. Share it with the folks.
He was the original number 29 for the purple. Safety Carl Kosulke. He was actually drafted by the Lions in the 11th round of the 63 draft.
Oh, back in the day when the rounds
But he was waived by the Lions before he ever played a game. And he wound up with Minnesota. This dude was a bam moment.
Oh, man.
Guy.
Can we get some, maybe what we'll do.
We got to find some.
Maybe we'll get some old school Bam Bams.
Can we write an open item for
we just find some, because like, shout out to Dick Butkus. May he rest in peace. He passed away recently. He was the originator, one of them.
Did he play for the Seahawks or the Vikings?
Bears only.
All right, get him out of here.
No,
he's in my division.
Much love for the
you know what?
Dick
If
Butkus,
you find
the
Dick
legend.
Butkus, let me find somebody in your division that kicked your
Oh, you know
rear
what?
end.
Because the footage might be him hurting Vikings. That's true. I didn't think about
or
that.
Seahawks. But I mean, I'll find
Probably
somebody.
not.
I can find somebody in.
I don't even know if we were there when he was balling. No.
Well, exactly. But
All right.
you're probably right.
I
You
like
guys,
that idea,
You
though.
weren't existing, but I'm going to find some thing for that. So when he got to Minnesota, he started 12 games for the Vikings in the 63 season and 117 of 130 contests in purple overall, including starting a safety in the Super Bowl, which we lost. The first Super Bowl, by the way, against the KC Chiefs. He was known as a very hard hitter at safety, which I know you guys would appreciate.
I love that.
Good skills and coverage as well. 19 interceptions during his career and was named to the Pro Bowl in 1970. His career was cut short. And I will, especially
why?
Top Gun. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Especially Top Gun. I will give you the book. It's called Kosulke. He was involved during training camp in a motorcycle accident that left him paralyzed from the waist down, forcing him into retirement. He passed away in 2008 at the age of 67.
Rest in peace, brother.
Rest in peace. But I mean, thank you. I will give you that book, Mike. It's a great read. But the book you don't want to read is his ex-wife's book about how all the time he spent away from her.
We will not go there, ladies and gentlemen.
But I have that book too, Mike, if you want to read that one as well.
Oh, yeah.
So
this is a clean show, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why
no.
you won't get that
it's nothing
title.
awful.
You won't get nothing. It's just that's the grown folks.
An honorable mention would be Chester Taylor. He might have got a distinction because he did rush for 1,200 yards in his first year in purple. He also holds the record for Vikings' longest run from scrimmage.
Still holds it?
This should have been a fun fact. You know,
Yeah.
I'm going to save
that. Yeah, save that. That's
this for a
good.
fun fact. I'm going to say this for a fun fact. All right. I won't tell you what it is because I can get one of those things. Because you know why? It has some very good meaning. All right. So you know what that does?
What does that do?
That segues us into the fun facts for the week.
I don't get to do my numbers?
Of course you do.
Okay, like I know we lost and everything, but like, give me a shot
I
at
didn't
it.
think you guys have been around for so little time. How many number 29s do you have?
Well, the thing I've noticed is that if you have that number, you do not stay with Seattle very long. There's only 2 tenured numbers here, but check it out. I'll run through this fast.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, check it out.
Take your time if they're great players.
I will put some love on the one that needs it. Brian Allen, cup of coffee. Tony Brown, Curtis Fuller, Wayne Gallman.
I know Gallman. He was a running back.
He was 2022, and I think he
a running
was,
back.
but he was in
running
and
back.
out.
He came from the Chiefs.
Didn't even register a game.
He came from the Chiefs.
So it might have been
I know that name.
You call it a camp body or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what happened with him. Dwayne Harper. Now, Dwayne Harper gets some love. He was from here with us from 88 to 93. I think he played in 40 games, and his name is known in the area. Pete Hunter, Harold Jackson, Al Matthews, Rick Peros, DJ Reed, who you might know. He was a cornerback, he just took more money. I don't know if he went to New England or where he went, but he took off, and I wish him the best. John Reed, C.J. Richardson, and this last name is the actual winner for this particular contest. It is Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas
yeah.
played
Hands
with us.
down.
There you go. Thank you. That's highly appropriate.
Hands
2010,
down.
2018, 90 games out of DB University, Texas. He was fearless. He had great range on the field. He would come up and smack you. And he was part of the Legion of Boom, ladies and gentlemen, that helped us get our first Super Bowl title against the Denver Broncos in an absolute smashing victory that some people didn't like, but we loved it. So he was also a part of us when we lost to the Pats next year in the Super Bowl.
No,
but
I would pick him on my squad any day. Any day.
he was a beast.
Earl Thomas was a great player.
Yeah, I wish you
Great
well,
player.
bro. I hope you're doing good. But
Where is he now? Do we know where he is now?
He's not playing anymore.
Open item?
And
See
he
what
didn't
he's
even
doing
make
now?
it. Remember we talked about the I can check on it. We talked about that reunion that the Super Bowl champion team did a few weeks ago.
Yep.
Apparently he didn't show, so I don't know if that means anything or not. But I'll try to put in where is ET
Yeah,
or ET phone home.
Did we do open items yet? Yeah, I think we blew by that. I don't think we had any.
I didn't have any that I
Yeah, I
recall.
didn't. All right, this is great because you gave me. I only had one fun fact, but now you gave me a second one because I had it in here, but I Top Gun all week. I'm saying I never ever not want to have a fun fact because I love hearing. I know you want to hear it.
Yes, sir.
So, all right, let's get to fun fact number one.
I know you're gonna dig this.
We just talked about Chester Taylor. He holds the record for the Vikings for the longest run from scrimmage with his 95-yard touchdown scamper against who? Do you know who he did it against?
No.
The Seattle Seahawks.
So messed up.
Where is it? Mike, where is it?
What year was that? What year was that?
2006, baby.
Okay, 2006.
2006.
All right.
You didn't think I had the answer for that, did you?
No, I knew you had it.
You did not.
If it had to do
You were
with-
testing me.
Especially if it had to do with us in the dent in the armor.
When I just all right, let's get and this is going to be a long fun fact. This is going to be a long one because I want to make sure that you guys saw it. If not, you have a little homework. So, fun fact number 2.
I know you're gonna dig this.
ESPN's showing on Monday night showed a rabid Chargers fan. I don't know if you saw it, but something didn't seem right.
I did not see this.
This fan, I thought, was paid by the Chargers or the NFL to potentially attract cameras during the game. The truth is a little different. It appears that Miriam Doe
This is bizarre.
has gotten her 15 minutes of fame she craved now that we learned for multiple years. This fan they kept going to was screaming, yeah, when the Chargers were out, yeah, and they kept going back to the same fan, and nobody knows why. But she's been trying to get this attention for a year. But someone found a picture of Doe as a Vikings fan.
Infiltrator?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Plant.
Our guess, or somebody's guess, is that this comes from a 2019 game between the Vikings and the Chargers, thinking maybe she was there for that game.
Okay. Savvy.
She's also stated that her son plays for a team known as the Vikings. She admitted to TMZ, who is, by the way, they're not really a legitimate
News agency.
Yeah, we'll
Something
go
like
with that. But I'm going to believe this one. She actually grew up in Minnesota and is a Vikings fan
That's funny. I didn't even hear about this.
before she moved to California.
Interesting. That is some interesting news right there.
She responded to the criticism saying, I don't think you have to be a single team fan. I love the Chargers, and I'm not going to deny my love for the Vikings.
Okay, so showing up at a theater near you, maybe this person, you say their name is Doe?
Marianne Doe.
How's the Doe spelled?
D-O.
Okay. I don't know the origin of that one, but that's interesting.
The theory is she's been doing what she did on Monday night as a Chargers games for a while now.
Okay.
And she admitted that she was trying to get her 15 minutes of fame. Actually, emailing the Chargers, her and her husband, saying, get the camera on us.
Just to be seen?
Just to be seen as a rabid fan, because if you got to go back to you got to find it. You got to find it.
Does it
Top Gun? You got to find it. Send it to them.
Does it bother you that she does not want to be seen as a Vikings fan?
No.
That doesn't hurt at all.
15 minutes of fame. She admitted she's a Viking fan,
but she doesn't want to be seen as one though. For some
reason. She never
reason.
said that.
It sure appears that way.
She never said it.
She appears as a Chargers fan.
She never said it. They weren't playing the Vikings. She would have had a split jersey on them.
I just don't know why she's not putting out the Vikings gear.
She moved to California.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, of course it does.
No, it doesn't. Every home game you see the enemies.
So let's summarize. Let's summarize what I just gave to you.
Right.
She's in it for.
I know.
15 minutes of fame.
Vanity.
She don't care about what she roots for.
Right.
Next week she'll be in Buffalo.
Yep, coming to a theater near you.
Exactly.
Like
you can't get me on. Are you kidding me? Come on now.
I had to check though.
All right. So I guess that gets us out of the fun facts. No ridiculous article, but you know what? Our next segment, I might go to you first, Cap.
Okay.
Is taking it to the house.
Oh, that's a setup right there, brother. I won't forget that one.
All right. Let's get to.
That's good. Though. That
in
good,
order
actually.
to get to taking.
I thought we was going to the trivia.
No, that's coming. In order to go into the taking the house, you actually have to win.
Yeah,
so,
no kidding.
I mean, it was a memory lapse on my point.
Oh yeah, sure.
It was a memory lapse.
Absolutely unintentional.
Because you know what?
The tongue.
As I did last week, I'm more subdued. So it was a memory lapse. Of course it was.
All of our fans were like, "Yeah, Pico, that's what I'm talking about."
All right, let's get to breaking it. No, not breaking the news this week. Let's get to taking it to the house.
Let's go. What you got?
House music. Welcome to the 479, the home of the rhythm and the rhyme. We'll never bow down to the other shows. The 479 is the one that knows. Not followers. We are leaders, exceeders, sharp as cleavers. As Snap would say, don't believe the hype. Ours is the show that's a prototype. The 479 is for sure legit. Can I get a witness? We make the picks during the show, making you the money, as you know. Helping you pick your fantasy squad. Back in the day, it was Ahmad Rashad. Lynch, Largent, Target, and Moss. With them in our lineup, there was no loss. HOUSE, 479 is where we be. The deal, the booth, and the gun. Sharing our knowledge, having some fun. Thanks for hanging and joining our flow. Week to week, another new show. House music will take us out. It's old school, there is no doubt.
Martellus strip sacks him. Ball's loose. Nobody's got it. Hicks. He picks it up. Warner got the block. Down the left sideline. Nobody's near him. He's going to score. 42-yard touchdown. Scoop and score. To the house. Touchdown.
That was a legit taking it to the outside right there. Vikings are rolling. So let's switch gears and let's get to the real deal rant of the week.
Alrighty. We're ready for the rant of the week. I was forced to listen to Aikman and Buck this Monday night as I was tracking the play of Cowboys tight end Jake Ferguson, who Top Gun had on his fantasy team that I was up against. I had a narrow lead, but I ended up turning off the sound after I realized that the Manning Brothers alternative broadcast was not on this week.
Let down.
Aikman, Troy, the boy Aikman, should not be allowed ever to call a Cowboys game. And Buck should not be allowed to call any game. He's awful. I would rather watch paint dry than listen to these two idiots. I should say buffoons, otherwise known as clownish figures on the public stage. Get out. Get somebody else. I got a positive note, which you never hear from the real deal. A positive note.
Let's hear that.
The Mannings will be back this Monday night with the alternative broadcast to call the 49ers Vikings game.
Yes, let's do it.
Real deal. Out.
All right, let's move on the show. Let's move to the team trivia segment. Cap, I'll give you a couple questions. I think we do 3 every week, and then you fire back at me. And all I will ask is you stop asking me individual games because I'm not going to know. I'm not going to know that.
My last program was not the one that I usually use. So
All right.
I should be back on track today.
Okay.
That was not good.
So, team trivia segment. Here's my first question for you. Which tackle did the Seahawks take in the first round of the 2011 NFL Draft? So, just for the audience, I can't, the writing's so small, I got to get the magnifying glass
Oh,
out
my goodness.
to see what I'm doing.
Let me see that.
So, there's the magnifying glass.
Straight shout out to Sherlock Holmes up in
So,
here.
here's your choices. Lazarius Levingston.
Don't set the paper on fire, brother.
Lazarius Levingston, Mark Legree, Byron Maxwell, or James Carpenter. Which tackle did the Seahawks take in the first round of the 2011 draft? Brian Maxwell, Lazarius Levingston, James Carpenter, or Mark Legree?
I'm pretty sure it was Byron Maxwell. Carpenter was a guard, and I remember at Maxwell, he wore, I think, roller skates a lot.
All right.
Am I wrong or right?
You are wrong.
Oh,
it was James Carpenter. So you had him on the
as a
team.
guard or tackle?
Yeah, they had him as a tackle. And they drafted him as a tackle. And maybe they played him as a guard.
He played mostly guard. But that's
Okay,
cool.
so
I'll take the hit on that one.
no.
No choice.
All right, I'm going to have to keep the magnifying glass on.
Mysteries will be solved.
So Sean Alexander was the first man to be on the cover of both Madden NFL and what other video game? Here's your choices. If I can look here. The NFL Blitz, All-Star Football, NCAA Football, or Tecmo Bowl.
This is what year?
Mike, you know Tecmo Bowl?
What year was this?
Mike knows this is great. It doesn't give a year. He was the first man to be on the cover of both Madden and NFL. So I would imagine had to be a time, either entering or whatever. So first man to be on the cover of both Madden, NFL, and what other video game? Tecmo Bowl, NCAA Football, NFL Blitz, or All-Star Football?
I'm going to say NCAA Blitz.
Yeah,
It was
bing, bing,
Alabama.
bing, bing.
There
All
you
right,
go.
good one.
That was almost a trap question because I don't think Tecmo Bowl was rolling when he was balling.
I never even heard of Tecmo Bowl.
What?
No.
Man, that's the gold standard for freaking football video games. Are you serious?
No, I got the Cube. and I got Wii, and I got.
How good you know about that Tecmo Bowl? So many hours.
Well, I
long,
might have
dude.
Madden. Yeah, I might have Madden.
Oh, man.
All right,
Kansas City Chiefs.
all right. So I have a.
Harry pass, run all the way back to the end zone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Sherlock Holmes has another question for
All
you.
right, actually, I'm going to give you two. What school did Seattle's first pick in the 2022 NFL draft, Charles Cross, come from? Did he come from Georgia, UCLA, Western Michigan, or Mississippi State?
Mississippi State.
Ding, 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 winner. All right. Finally, I'm going to give you a bonus question here since you got one wrong. Cortez Kennedy, was added to the Ring of Honor for both the Seahawks and which college?
Miami.
Thank you. Ohio State, UCLA, South Carolina, Miami. You got it.
I'm sorry I don't wait for your response.
I did that 1 week for you. All right, that's it. Would you like to borrow my?
I think I'm okay, brother, but I sure enough appreciate
Well,
it.
you're a lot younger than me, so. And by the way, mine were all highlighted in green, and he can't read what they are.
I appreciate you keeping it real. All right, trivia. And this is for all you Vikings fans who think that you are a Vikings fan. You can join the real deal here when we do this. Here's the first question. Which Viking holds the team record for most sacks in a single game? Mark Mulaney, John Randall, Alan Page, or Randy Holloway?
So give me them again.
Mark Mulaney, John Randall, Alan Page, or Randy Holloway. And the question again was...
Yeah, most sacks. So the first and the fourth seem like, if I'm doing like a CPP question error, Michael can be relevant with this, I'd eliminate number 1 and number 4.
Okay.
No. And I'm not sure they kept track of sacks when Alan Page played, but they might have went back and did it. So, and the other one was
John Randall.
So,
And Alan Page.
yeah,
between those
so those are the two guys that I'm going to narrow down to. And last time I did this, I got it wrong.
Let's see.
But what I will say is, if Alan Page happened to be the NFL MVP, one of the only two defensive players ever to be an MVP, I'm going to have to go with Alan Page.
And I don't know, but I'm going to go with John Randall because I think your point about them not tracking sacks might be accurate there.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
let's find out. Alan Page is a selection. Oh,
So it could be. I hope it's not one of those two guys that we never heard of.
you want to try Mark Mulaney?
No, I hit John Randall.
All right.
No. Wow. So
It's
what
either
was the
Mark
question?
Mulaney
Get to
or
the
Randy
question.
Holloway. Which Viking holds the team record for most sacks in a single game? We got to figure out what this is. So they may have it here too. So you want me to try?
So
Mark
what is it, Mulaney?
Yeah, Mark Mulaney or Randy Holloway. I don't know either of them.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Let's try Randy Holloway.
Yeah.
All right.
And how many did he have?
September 16th, 1984, Holloway recorded 5 sacks versus the Atlanta Falcons. Wow.
Okay.
Okay, hats off to you, Mr. Holloway.
You know what that is? That's a cup of coffee, dude.
That's some trivia right there.
Yeah.
All right, let's get another question in for
That's
you.
I couldn't even tell you anything about that guy. and I'm one of the most hardest core Vikings fans there is.
Exactly. All right, here's the next question. What year did the Minnesota Vikings play their first game, Viking Nation? 1941, 1951, 1961,
61.
or 1971? 1961 is the answer.
Yeah, it is.
Well done.
No, it's not well done. That's,
That's a softball.
yeah, it's a soft.
All right, now this one should be a softball. Let's find out if it is. It better be. No, that's not it. Already had that one. Here we go. What number?
Who was Max Winter's wife's name?
What number did because I did you bad last time, so I got you. What number did Fran Tarkington wear? Don't answer yet. Let the fans out there think about it. 12?
No,
9?
he's never worn anything but
11,
10.
or 10.
Come on now.
Let's give it
You know what?
confirmation.
You gotta get a little bit better
Okay.
on whether it's Max Winter's wife. Do you even know who Max Winter is?
I don't know.
He was one of the original owners of the Vikings. So we don't need to know his wife or first cousin is. We don't need to know obvious. We got to get in the middle. And I got to do better too. I'm getting better.
Well, that's cool. I got to find a new site anyway because I ran through all of your trivias on this site here. So
Yeah, that's why I found a new site today for the Seahawks. All right. Good segment.
it's over.
It's a filler. Let's get on to the Vikings Week 7 preview. 49ers come to the bank and we're going to see what's going to happen. But the 49ers come into this Monday Night Showdown banged up. They got McCaffrey, Debo, and Trent Williams, though, as of today, they're all expected to play. The oblique injury for McCaffrey, they're saying not so serious, or they're just playing some games before the actual release of who's playing and who's not.
Little game. That's not unusual.
Yeah. So if there was an ever opportunity to beat them, if these guys aren't playing, this is it. San Francisco leads the series 25-23. I'll give you my pick when we do the picks later on. Cap, what say you about what the Seahawks will do against the Cardinals in Week 7?
Well, this is what I hope to do. And if I could just real quickly recap the Caps car keys to the Bengals game real quick, I want to give out some grades because I said what we needed to do, and I want to grade how we did it. This will be very brief. So I had said our defense needed to crank up the pass rush, and I'm giving our team a passing grade, but of a C, because in the first half we didn't get none of it done, and then we finally got to Burrow a little bit in the second half, and it didn't impact the game like it could have. The other key was for the offense to run the ball with thunder and lightning. They didn't even do that. They didn't even give Charbonnet.
I never saw lightning.
Well, you didn't see thunder.
Well,
Charbonnet only got 2 carries.
Is he Thunder?
He's thunder. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I know I didn't see him.
So and this might shock you. I'm giving Shane Waldron an F, a failing grade for that, because that would have helped us, I think. And then the last one was Devon Witherboom and Jamal, the Emerald X-File Adams, wreak havoc. They pretty much did, but I give them a B+, not an A. But they did pass. So here's the keys to the Cardinals game.
Wait, what's Geno Smith's grade?
I didn't grade him. He wasn't one of my keys to the game.
Well, I graded him.
But I'll give him a C+.
D-.
C+, of course.
How about those drives?
Almost a full
He had a chance
grade,
to take
Lord.
them over the top.
It's all good. That's over a grade.
Prove that
Lord.
he's the guy to lead the team.
So the Caps
He's a
keys
captain,
to the
isn't he?
Cardinals game.
Is he a captain?
Who?
Geno.
I believe he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He
believe
needed to step up there and show.
So listen, this is a division game, so I don't like getting into like how many times we played them, how many times we beat them, because it doesn't matter as much. Although it does matter when we play the 49ers because we've lost 3 in a row, but that's coming up later. With regard to the Cardinals,
It's an easy game.
nothing's easy in the
This
NFL,
one's easy.
and that's the real deal right there, kind of.
It's easy.
There's nothing easy. You know what? A lot of teams found out that things aren't easy in this league. Just like the 49ers found out against Cleveland last week. And a few other teams. But anyway, what we have to do to get this dang game done, and it's a home game, we got to have relentless aggression at the line of scrimmage. And I mean serious aggression. Offensively, they'll primarily be gold. We need the guys that are playing to be suited to their strengths, whether it's we got to run the ball heavy, and I'm going to talk about that as a key. I might as well just say it now. The second key is to run the freaking ball. And the thing is, if somebody's not stopping you at doing what you are doing and it's good and working for your team, don't get cute. A lot of old coordinators fall into that trap where they all of a sudden, okay, we ran 3 times, we got good yards. Let's try to shake them up and throw a pass or do some trick play.
I've seen that. Yeah, we've done that.
Football is not necessarily meant to be pretty.
Yep.
It's meant to be a sport that one team exerts their dominance over the other
Until they stop and keep doing it.
and run them out of gas.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what they need to do. Run the ball and have a relentless aggression at the line of scrimmage, primarily offensively, because I ain't worried about the defense trying to bring it. That's going to happen.
Okay.
Our last key to the game is to let DK Metcalf and your guy you mentioned and my guy earlier, Jake Bobo, be physical, give them
Yeah, he's not going to get a lot of targets.
He may not, but that's
He makes the most opportunities. I'm very intrigued by him.
Yeah.
But there's too many people that got to eat.
Here's the thing, though.
He's gonna get off coverage when it's a third read. He's
And
not gonna
that's
be,
okay.
He's not going to be a first or second read.
But if they let him and DK, because he's not a slot guy, he's like an X.
But
or-
he's
or
actually
Y.
the number 4 receiver. You're not even talking about Jackson Smith and Nagar.
No, they're trying to get JSN into the mix more, and they were forcing it. And that was one of the deals where Geno threw a bad pick. The guy's got 2 or 3 guys around him. He's trying to force the ball in there. Like, why? Yeah. This other guy, if they're going to leave him open, make him pay, beat him up a little bit, and then you start opening up the other holes in these zones where Tyler Lockett can exploit them even further, and JSN.
Yep.
And then that'll open up the tight ends. It'll open up the running game, and it'll open up the running backs catching the rock out of the backfield. So those are the things we need to do, but I need the offensive coordinator to coordinate that.
What is Precious going to do this week?
Who's Precious?
You don't know who Precious is?
I don't think there's anybody in the Seahawks team named Precious, but does he play for the Vikings?
No. It's his middle initial for GS.
GS?
Yeah.
Geno Precious Smith?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know his middle name was
You didn't know?
Precious. I
You
just
didn't
called him the Emerald Lantern. He's got to turn that baby up this coming Sunday, though.
All right. Well, so Precious, what's he going to do this week?
How's Captain Checkdown
No,
doing?
what's Precious going to do? So we're talking
He's
about
gonna put in
pre-
work.
He is put in work.
Yeah, you'll see it.
All right. Okay.
You'll see it. I can't
Well,
wait to
you're
hear your
playing the
prediction,
Cardinals.
too. Yeah, we are. The Cardinals play the Vikings You guys might take that L, baby.
No.
What do you mean, no? You guys barely beat Chi-Town.
Exactly. But that's the same group as
You guys
will
are-
barely beat the Cardinals.
We'll see. You guys might step it up, though. The Niners have been playing
want
down
us
to
to
their
step up.
competition, so they might play down to where y'all are at right now, and y'all could catch them
right.
slipping. I'll be rooting for y'all. Trust me.
I'm not rooting for us.
I will be.
All right, good.
I ain't. That doesn't
I know
mean
you
that, what I think is going to happen, though.
I want to.
But I'll root for
top
you guys
5
for
pick.
sure.
I want
You
a
may
top
get
5.
it after this performance
top
coming up on Sunday, but you
top
never
5.
know.
No, I want to top.
I hope you guys can hang in there. I
All right.
do.
Let's get to the rest of the picks.
Yo, it's time for the picks, the weekly predictions by them guys. Get your notebooks out because they rarely miss. Make way for Captain Book when he makes his picks. You can't touch this dude. Reppin' Hawks in the Emerald Nation. All units, battle stations. So welcome to the battle zone. It's a place where Captain Book is never alone. With his guy, be gold by his side. Sporting purple, always ready to ride. A real Viking maniac. Never afraid to go on the attack. And when needed and comes the real deal, he's got a real feel for NFL skill. So listen close and get the word. Don't be the one who hadn't heard about Captain Book and who's gold. Dropping knowledge, truth be told. Pico picks. Battle tested.
Roll. I need some volume. Roll that picks music. Roll that picks music. So, what I will say, there was an article out this week. The Vikings are open for business at the trade deadline. There's also a report out this week that Jefferson didn't have to go on the IR because he's not as banged up as led to believe, which tells me tank.
Wow. Groundbreaking.
Just throwing that out there. All right, let's get to the picks. Got the Jaguars marching into New Orleans, and they're going to march in there and defeat the Saints 24-16.
Yeah, I got the Jacksonville Jaguars clawing the Saints and coming out of there on a Thursday night victory win, 24-21.
All right, Lions go to the Ravens. Somehow, I think the Ravens find a way to win this game. Just a hunch, 23-20.
Yeah, I got the same thing. I think the Lions get humbled in a tight one, and the Ravens soar, winning at home 17-16 in a thriller.
All right, Raiders.
Ah, there it is.
Chris Berman would say, at the Bears. Bears are going to be probably with a rookie quarterback again. Raiders invade the Windy City and leave with a victory, 20-13.
Yeah, I got the Raiders winning that game 27-20 on enemy turf in the Lions' den.
All right, there you go. Browns at the Colts. The Browns are coming off their upset of the 49ers, and they continue their momentum on the road, 28-23.
The Browns' momentum will stop in Indianapolis as the Colts buck them 28-17.
Okay. Bills at the Patriots. The Bills pummel the Pats 34-10.
I got the Buffalo Bills stampeding New England 47-28.
Nice. I'm
sorry, 48-10. My bad.
Yeah, I'm not sure the Pats can score. They're never going to score 28. They might be able to score 10.
Yeah.
All right. Washington Commanders at the Giants. This is an awful game. I flipped a coin, and I'll take the Giants at home 20-17.
All right, this will switch up for me. I'm going to take the Commanders to get an ugly win against them 17-16.
17-6. So before we go on, I didn't talk about our yearly results.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How far away am I now?
Cap went 9-6, and I went 11-4. So I'm up 7 games. I'm at 62-30, which that's almost 67% win percentage. That's pretty good.
That's really good.
Cap, you're 55-37. You're 7 games down. You got some work to do.
I do.
All right, let's get back to the picks. Falcons at the Bucks. I'm liking the home team here. A close one, 23-20.
Yeah, I got the Buccaneers holding it down at home as well, beating a good Atlanta team 21-20.
Steelers travel to L.A., face the Rams. Rams, they take care of the home turf, 27-16.
Yeah, I got the Rams rocking and rolling as well, hammering them guys 27-24, beating the Steelers.
How's that a hammer, 27-24?
It's not really. I was just thinking of something to compare the Rams to.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I should have just said something different.
Cardinals at the Seahawks.
Oh, what you got, B Gold?
I got the Seahawks getting back on track against an awful team, 26-19.
Why you always call everybody we play awful? They're not awful, but
Because
anyway.
it gets your attention.
It does. I get fired up even when I know the difference. Seattle Seahawks are going to win at home 37-10 and get back on the groove train.
37-10.
Yes,
You're
I
gonna
said
win.
it.
You're gonna win by 27 points.
I know it's hard to believe.
You want to make a
No more
okay.
bets with you. No trades with
No,
you.
no, a lot.
No one-on-one meetings with you.
I need some Indian food.
Oh, I do too.
All right.
We'll go do that though.
Okay.
I do, too.
Packers. Go see your boy.
This is becoming my favorite pick of the week. Every time the Broncos come up, I look at you.
Packers go to Denver to play the Broncos.
Oh, what
Hey,
happens? What happens?
Is there anything better than watching Russell Wilson and Sean Payton lose? Is there anything
The
better?
thing that's so bizarre is that I don't think they like each other at all. I didn't believe it at first.
They don't like each other.
You said it, and I believe it's verified, man. It's just an awkward relationship, man. And so uncharacteristic of a coach and his QB to just like despise each other.
He's trying to make him, because his contract's guaranteed. He's trying to make him cry wolf and say, "I'll take a half cut. Get me out of here."
How uncomfortable is it to be there, though? And did they just trade Jerry Judy?
No, unless I saw that today. No,
thought I saw
they
something.
traded Frank Clark, their defensive end.
They traded Frank Clark for sure.
Yeah, no, they cut him. They didn't trade him. They cut him.
I thought I saw somebody Jerry Judy getting traded to a team in the NFC
No,
West.
I didn't see that. And I didn't see that
Okay.
today. And they
Holy
might
smokes.
So I got the
Open item for me. I'll take that.
I got the Packers winning 24-17.
Yeah, I got the Packers winning 20-10 on the road.
All right. Chargers off an embarrassing loss last night. It was embarrassing. They should have won.
Yeah.
They're playing the Chiefs. The Chiefs have not looked themselves this year, but I just can't see them losing at home. So I got the Chiefs winning 30-27.
Yeah, you almost like me. I got a shootout, and I see the same things you're seeing, but I see KC getting this done 34-33. Highest scoring game of the week almost.
All right. Final game, second and final game of the week. Dolphins
This was tricky.
fly into Philly.
Yeah.
This is probably the game of the week. Is the Dolphins' speed too much for Philly?
It's hard to say, man. I mean, it's hard to say who's going to show up.
Right, you know what I'm going to say? Nope. Eagles win 24-23.
Wow, we're locked in on that one. I thought about this one the hardest of the whole week, and it's a primetime game. Philly is good, and so is Miami, but I got Philly winning at home 28-27 in the nail-biter.
All right, there you go. Final game of the week, the Monday Nighter. I got to tell you
Where's Rick? Oh, you said Ric Flair's wore out his welcome a little bit.
Yeah, Ric Flair's in a little bit of trouble.
Can you bring out the Macho Man for us?
I'll give a little. No.
Let the Macho Man call this game.
Slim Jim.
But so let me tell you my Monday night schedule. So my Monday night schedule, I fly back from Orlando, right?
Yep.
I get in about 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Get home about 7:30.
Okay.
The game is at 8:20, right? Game's over about midnight.
Yep.
I got to leave my house at 2:30 in the morning to go to a conference in Charlotte.
It's going to be a long 24-hour stretch.
I'm going to have a cup of coffee, which could leave me up for 3 days.
It could.
Could.
'Cause you
No,
don't drink
it has in the past.
Yeah.
I do not.
Yeah.
All right, final
Hang in
game
there,
of the
brother.
week. And Top Gun says, "Why don't you just go to sleep and not watch the game?" I'm going, You want
Not
me to
possible.
lie in a bed
Not
while the
possible.
Minnesota Vikings are playing live TV?
Can't
You
do
want me
it.
to go to sleep?
Can't do
I
it.
can't do it.
Not only will you not do that, you will record it and watch it again.
No, exactly. But the live thing.
You got to stay up, man. It's prime time,
No
baby.
matter what, I'm crunch time. I'm there.
Prime time. You got to be on it.
All right. The 49ers, they're just more talented. They win 24-20.
Yeah, I don't like this because I'll say it after I get done with the prediction, but I got the 49ers getting a W in Minnesota 34-20, but I want to make it clear that I need the Vikings to ball out.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it can be done. There's a few injuries on the Niners side. Brock Purdy looked human. Make him look human again.
That concludes our predictions. Let's get into the survival pool. We're all still alive. Top Gun picked the Jets to beat the Eagles. He should get He should get 2 weeks off.
He should. He should get
2
a
weeks
pass.
off just for passing.
He shouldn't even have to pick for the next 2 weeks.
We're going to give him a pass this week.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't even have to pick. You are automatically moved on to the next round, Top Gun.
He's setting records this
because
year.
That should have never happened. So he gets a bye.
My man is
He
breaking
gets
rules
a bye.
this
And
year.
you know what? You agree on that, Cap?
100%.
All right. So my team this week I'm picking is the Seahawks.
Okay.
Who you got?
I'm going to have to go with the Buffalo Bills.
You got the Bills?
Yep.
All right. Top Gun gets a bye just from his extraordinary risk last week.
That's well said. That's absolutely. I thought the same thing when he made the pick. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's like,
But
dude,
hey.
it's down to 2. You know what? Then next year we're gonna put $5 on it or something, so he won't make a ridiculous pick
all
like that again.
good.
But you know what? That just tells you the genius.
how we rolling
No,
out
it tells
here.
you the genius of Top Gun.
Yeah,
That's
it
all,
does.
That's all I'd say.
Anything can happen on this show. Anything.
All right, that gets us set for the survival pool. Let's move on to the fantasy football segment.
Go.
It's time for fantasy football talk to see which teams can walk the walk. Each week, new matchups take place. All teams gunning for first place. Set your lineups, hope for the best. Your team might be good, but mine's the best. Make trades along the way. Ain't gonna help you, you might wanna pray. To be the best, you gotta beat the deal. Lots of luck, cause my team's for real. Let's get to the segment, start the chat. Hey, Book, what you say about that?
It's Captain Book, and I'm running on the field like a wild one. Dropping fantasy strategy second to none. I'm casting spells like a mad magician. I make so many damn moves, just like a mathematician. Without my fantasy logic, you'll just be hoping and wishing. And if you don't pay attention, your team will need a mortician. So check out Captain Book and how I laid out my roster. I'm so dialed in, could never be an imposter with this fantasy ball. This segment's for y'all, so get in the game and join the fantasy brawl. It's Captain Book and be gold, so avoid the wreck. For your fantasy success, put our knowledge on deck. It's the fantasy segment. Get in.
And we are in. We're into the fantasy football segment. So, big game of the week. The real deal was on the verge of extinction, playing the 5-0 El Grabador. And it came down to the Monday night game, and Jake Ferguson, who was wide open for a touchdown, clapping his hands, saying, please throw it to me. And he didn't throw it to him. So the real deal gave El Grabador his first loss of the season. Real deal to 3-3.
Stepping his game up under pressure.
And El Grabador still representing, but got squeaked out. So moved on to the rest scores. Crimson Knights destroyed the Emerald Nation Monsterizers. Access Lord destroyed Hong
my
Kong Crushers.
goodness.
The New Haven Mackerels under 100 points. Beat the Boardman, who's had a lot of injuries this year. Enforcers beat Smells Was Cooking. The Wagon Circlers took care of the Italian Stallions, which forced the Italian Stallions to make a trade. We'll talk about that later. And Connecticut G Hockey, again under 100 points, took care of Zeus is Loose. So, Kat, where do we stand with the standings?
Let's break it down in the East. As you said, El Grabador came into that game undefeated with his egg intact. The real deal cracked that egg, bringing my man to 5-1, but he's still on top of the pile in the East. Now you got the New Haven Naturals at 4-2, tied up with Connecticut Wagon Circlers at 4-2. Starting to see a little separation now, B-Gold. The real deal is on their tail. 3-3, 50-50 ball. What's going to happen? We'll find out as we keep going forward. The Italian Stallions better tighten up the reins. They're 2-4. You got the Crimson Knights with their first win, trying to see if they can keep it going. And you got the Boardroom at 1-5, trying to keep it going as well. And yeah, you know, Connecticut G Hockey, we're going to slide to the west side. Connecticut G Hockey still on top. Tied, though, at 4-2 with the Access Lords on his heels, 4-2. You got the Enforcers at the 3-3 mark. at the 50th percentile. You got Smells What's Cooking at 3-3. Ohio Bone Crushers at 3-3. And you got my Emerald Nation Monster Riders at 3-3. Losing to the winless prior to this Crimson Knights. And then you got Zeus Loose at 2-4. So it's still tight, but you're starting to see the East is moving north and south a lot faster than the West.
The East is probably two teams are struggling, and in the West, it's a one-game separation.
Yeah, it's tight. It's tight.
All right, before we get to this week's matchups, some trades happening in the Fantasy Football League. G-Hockey, they traded Baker Mayfield to Access Lord. I'm sorry, they traded Baker Mayfield to Access Lord, and they got back Jalen Warren, the running back from the Steelers. So kind of a minor trade, but then there was a shocker in the middle of the night, like the Browns leaving for Baltimore trade.
Here we go.
Where the real deal pulled off a trade, sending running back Rashad White and wide receiver KJ Osborne off to the Italian Stallions in return for Breece Hall and Jackson Smith and Jigba. Thank you, from the Seahawks. Cap knew his name, I did not. So a couple trades. There's nobody on the fantasy wire, so everybody's trying to make trades. And it's going to be like that for the rest of the year.
It's going to get tighter and tighter as we roll down the stretch, my friend.
All right, let's move up to this week's matchups. Italian Stallions at the Real Deal. Bone Crushers invade El Grabador. Boardman versus the Crimson Knights. Enforcers looking to dominate the Emerald Nation Monsterizers. Connecticut G-Hockey takes on Access Lord after a trade. Actually, the same thing for Italian Stallions and Real Deal after a trade taking on each other. Wagon Circles against the Mackerels, and Zeus is Loose against Smells What's Cooking. There you go.
I see you out there in Dallas.
That what rolls us out are the fantasy football segment.
It's B Gold, back on the mic, dropping lyrics I know you'll like. The league is now on alert. The Real Deal is bringing the hurt. New challengers every season. Why worry? There is no reason. Teams might win some games. At the end of the day, I forget their name. A new season and more pretenders. New Haven Natural is the lead offender. Like all the others who come to town, this dude is just another clown. Over the years, I put to rest any questions that I'm the best.
If you want skills, I'm undeniable. I'm so reliable. My lead is sizable. If you insist on coming at me, not advisable. My potential undefinable. It's unsurvivable. Captain Book, Mr. Reliable and on point. When I lock in my roster, it's the joint for the haters that think they have an edge on the homie. You ain't got nothing, so don't act like you know me. I'm bringing heat to a hot kitchen. And when I drop my roster, it's a natural condition. So make sure you pay attention to how we drop that knowledge. And if you want to win in fantasy, join this college. We're teaching with Foya, Fuego, Fire, Peace.
Yeah, there's some peace as we get out of the fantasy football segment and we bring the conclusion of another week here in the 479. Scolders 12s, all you football fanatics.
All of you.
Thanks for tuning in to the podcast today. Tell your friends, families, coworkers about the show. Have them tune in. Definitely subscribe. Tell, and follow the show. Week 7 for the Vikes, home game for the 49ers. Next episode will be a recap of how our teams did. Hey, Cap, as you normally do, bring us home.
Thank you, my brother, for passing the baton. And we will close out this segment again with another prime rhyme time. So let's jump into it. With Greg the Leg opening up the door with the first quarter 53-yard long-distance score and a second quarter 51-yarder to take the lead. With the Bears kicker following suit, both defenses exhibited greed. But just before half, the rookie Addison said, "I'm him!" And Jordan Hicks made a play that made the Bears win out look grim. It was a gritty finish. You got the win, but can the Vikes get right? Odin wants that question answered, B. Gold, at home against the 49ers this coming Monday night. Skull Horn, please. That's pretty cool when you do that. I like that. Let's slide over to the other side now. The Hawks were fully rested and went to the jungle to brawl. Against Joe Burrow and his weapons, my Hawks eventually took the fall. We left with the L, but there's more you should know. You've only seen a few acts from my Hawks. You have not seen the whole show. Our offense sputtered in the red zone, but that does not tell the whole story. With the defense I call the Emerald Hit Squad, it gives me hope for future glory. Pete Carroll, take chances, hit hard, and always pursue the standard of gold. Because like we've said many times on this show, B. Gold, fortune favors the bold. You know how we do it. It's the Captain and the Real Deal podcast, bringing you what you need, Scolders. Shock the world and help them Hawks at the same time. Seattle starts securing the West so we can begin a cards collection. Until next week, hit follow. Follow us on the show. Hang out with me and you and B Gold and Top Gun until we see y'all next week. We love y'all. Peace.
Well said. Truth be told,